Hi, this is Vivi Sojourn from CosmicEggProject.com. Cosmic Egg begins with a K. Come and visit me. Today I was wondering how to resolve a problem that was caused by the last week's disturbance in Washington, D.C., and how much it disrupted what I was doing. And I know it must have disrupted other people's lives because I was talking with them on Facebook, chatting and eating chocolate and drinking too much coffee and not sleeping enough. My question was, how can we remain focused when there are other events and people, family and friends, who have events that really disrupt us and really distract us from what we're doing? How do we get back on our own goals and keep working towards them? And I received the 10 of Cups, which is an amazing card for answering this question, because it looks like this couple has already reached its goals. They have 2 children who are independent, and they have this beautiful land with a house and a water feature and a beautiful hills, and oh my goodness, and they're standing on this foundation, this stage. What does this mean? Why aren't they standing on the ground itself? Well, for me, this card talks about vision and how important it is that we complete our vision of what we will have when our goals are accomplished. And so I think while they have already what they envision, they are also envisioning it. I hope that makes sense. It's it sort of has to do with putting yourself in the mood and in the place where the world is as you see it and as you experience it. And when we become completely distracted by things that we don't, one, completely understand, 2, find very disturbing, and 3, cause us to feel both mad and sad and all kinds of unspeakable, indefinable feelings all at once, we forget what our own vision is. And this card is saying, remember what it's like. There's this beautiful rainbow. And I always think of the rainbows as the messages of God to Noah when he promised that, of course, there would never be anything as bad as the flood happening again. That was a singular event, and now everything had been resolved. Well, in a way, this is what hope is. Hope is hoping that nothing so terrible ever happens again. And I certainly found myself thinking that this week, that I hoped that we could resolve what happened this past week very quickly. And so it became important to me to understand how it happened and what the plans were. I realize now that probably I spent too much time on that. Essentially, we need to focus on what we want rather than what we don't want. And what I want in my own life is that I continue focusing on Cosmic Egg Project, because I believe this is the way I can help the most. And each of you, I hope, will focus on the thing that you do that brings your vision of a better life and a better world closer. It's important. It's as important as, raging against what happened last week. It's important to remember what is most helpful is focusing on our goals and our dreams, because that is what elected Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to those offices. That is how we switched the Senate to a more peaceful and socially minded Senate. That is how we grew the House to a more democratic House. I'm sorry, my politics are coming out, and that's where I stand. I really believe that we can make the world beautiful like this card by loving each other and standing unified and trying to balance out that masculine with feminine energy. And I don't see anything more important for us to do than to hold the Ten of Cups closely. And so having those 11 cups, because we're including this cup that the male-female make, relates to either the Strength card or the Justice card, depending on your favorite deck. And, I think what we saw last week were wild beasts, and what we want is to tame the beast and work with the wild beast inside. Children are kind of like beasts. They have fun, and they're gentle, and they do things that grown-ups maybe don't do, like, run around in a circle. So I think that for me, that's what the 11 of Cups relate to the most, is that strength of being able to tame our inner wild beast and be one with it without letting it completely wreak havoc on the world. So that's all I have to say today. Turn your backs on the chaos and remember what you want for this world and for yourself. That's how we stay focused on our own goals and don't get mired in someone else's. Again, this is Vivi Sojourn. Come to and visit me at Cosmic Egg Project, beginning with a K, and ask for a reading if you want to know more about your goals in 2021.